Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on my channel. Tiana here, of course. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of new makeup. I went to Ulta and Sephora to get a couple of new makeup products that I've been wanting to try out for you all. So if you guys want to see this, then please keep watching. I got razors. That is not what I'm here to try out for you all though. I got the Jackie Aina palette. So I picked it up a few days ago. Then I also picked up the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. And I've heard good things about this. And so I'm hoping that it works out really well. And then I have a CoverGirl concealer that I want to try out. I also picked up the Fenty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder. So as you can see, I picked up the mini size of that just to make sure that I like it before I commit to the full size. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with primer, and I'm gonna be using the Makeup Revolution Mattify Matte and Fix Primer. I cannot remember. I think I used a primer from them a while back, and this one's like clear. Kind of like a, I don't know, almost like a greasy consistency. Definitely not what I thought it would be. I will say that it makes my face feel very smooth and kind of like a matte finish almost, like immediately as I applied it, even though it has that kind of like silicone greasy consistency. I'm gonna just make sure I get in my T-zone area because that's where I experience the most oils. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless 24-hour wear foundation. And if you guys aren't familiar, this is the new Urban Decay foundation that they came out with. I am a fan of the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. I have had that foundation now for a while. So this says that it is a flexible, breathable, real skin matte finish, medium buildable coverage, does not transfer. I will say that that was a problem with the All Nighter foundation. It transferred really bad. So hopefully this one does not transfer. It says it minimizes the appearance of pores, stay true color, waterproof, vegan formula, does not contain animal derived ingredients or byproducts. And I got the shade 80WY. This is supposed to be a golden undertone foundation, so I'm hoping it works. I could not decide between 71WY or 70WY and 80WY, so hopefully this one works, and if it doesn't, we'll make it work. So this is just what the packaging looks like. I actually really like this packaging. I think this is probably one of my favorite packaging of a foundation. Like, it looks really good. Like, it's plastic, of course. Like, it almost looks like this is glass, but it's plastic. And I like the gold at the top. Like, I think they have really good packaging because my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation has a really nice packaging as well. It's like a pretty good match. Just looking at a swatch. Since it's buildable, I'm going to go in with like 2 small pumps on each side of my face. Well, that is a pretty good color match. It looks a little too yellow. It looks like it blends out really well. And it has like a thin, almost kind of watery consistency. It's not thick at all. The All Nighter foundation was the complete opposite. It is super thick. I feel like it spread out like really fast, and I'm having trouble getting it all over my face. So good thing that it is buildable. Just blend it down to my neck because my neck is darker, especially in the summertime. I really like the color. Like, the color is like a really nice match for my face. Like, really like it. I think it's almost perfect. I'm gonna put a little bit more in these areas just to see if it's buildable like it says. It doesn't seem drying at all, which is really nice, and it doesn't seem really thick like once it applies, so that's nice as well. I think it definitely is buildable. Like the color, I'm not 100% sold on the coverage. Like, I just see some areas peeking through. But I guess you could technically keep building up and up, but I'm not going to keep applying foundation. It doesn't look cakey. It looks like it blended in really well. I think it looks pretty good for the claims and everything that it's a medium buildable coverage. Color looks really good. I'm actually really happy that I went with 80 instead of 70 because I feel like that would have been too light. I'm gonna go in now with the CoverGirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer, and this is my first time trying this out. I'm really hoping that this works out. Foundations just really didn't work for me. They were oily, like they didn't, I don't know, they didn't work for me. So hoping that this works a little bit better. This is the shade Deep Golden, and this is just what the packaging looks like. It has that nice large applicator that we know and love. Definitely tell that this is a little bit darker than what I was expecting it to be, but I think they had some pretty good shade selection, so probably get another shade if I end up really liking this concealer. And I'm kind of applying a little bit more concealer than I normally do because I feel like the foundation, since it's not completely full coverage, I want a little bit more concealer than normal. Yeah, I could definitely use probably a little bit brighter concealer. I'm actually really surprised at my forehead mole. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's actually coming through like pretty clear. Like most of the time when I apply my foundation, I immediately like that gets covered or like it's barely visible, but it's actually coming through pretty clear. I actually don't like a lot of coverage on my forehead, so I think that is actually kind of fine. So that is the concealer, and like it could have a little bit more coverage. I feel like I see a little bit of some of my under eye circles kind of peeking through like right in here, but other than that I feel like it looks pretty good. It was really easy to blend out and it definitely does look matte. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this concealer, and like I said, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Nutmeg. And I love this packaging that redid for this, love it. So I kind of went back and forth on if I wanted like the more banana shade or if I wanted this shade. But I feel like for my skin tone, I think this works perfect. I always feel like I go back and forth when it comes to that because I love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I like it better than the medium deep powder. Sometimes I get kind of weary because I always compare to that powder and I'm like, okay, am I gonna like this color powder? So I'm gonna just dust it off of my eye. I just wanted to kind of soak up any oils before I start applying eyeshadow. Okay, so I went ahead and unpackaged the Jackie Aina Anastasia palette, and I love the reflex. Like, I love this packaging. I think it's very different and I just really like it. And I like the material of this. I feel like it'll be easier to wipe down because I love all of Anastasia's palettes, but this is the Soft Glam palette and it's that suede material, which is really nice, but as you guys can see, it is super dirty. And my Modern Renaissance palette is even more dirty than this. I like that they chose to go with like a nice kind of, I don't even know how to describe the finish of this, but it's not that suede material. So I feel like it'll be easier to wipe down. It won't get dirty as easy. So I'm sure you guys have seen the palette by now, but it's kind of the standard Anastasia palette layout. And you get the brush right here and 14 shades of goodness that Jackie personalized with her own names, which I love the names. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do one eye off camera because I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. So I'll be back after I get an eye done. Okay guys, so this is the eye look that I have created using about 4 shades, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and recreate the eye look on this side. So I'm starting off with ginger and I'm just getting a fluffy BH Cosmetics brush and tapping off any excess and then just kind of going. And this is just like that beginner transition shade. Now going into edges on a Morphe M513 brush. I'm just kind of starting in the outer edges and the outer corner of the eye, and then just kind of lightly dragging this inward, but I'm not applying too much. And I'm kind of using a light hand because I don't want this to be super heavy on the eye where we would have to like really blend it for a while. So I want it to be pretty light. These shadows are super pigmented. So I'm taking my Real Techniques eye brush. It's a 203 brush, and I'm going in with Credit. It's like a really nice brown tone, And then I'm going to start on the outer area, and I'm going right in the crease area. So right where my brush just naturally hits in the groove of the eye, I'm just starting on the outer area and then just lightly sweeping this inward. So we're going to cut the crease, so it's fine if this is a little bit messy, but I'm just kind of starting on the outer area and then just sweeping it inward. And I'm going to bring it all the way until like the deepest part of my eye socket, I guess. It's like where it kind of goes in the deepest, kind of bringing it all the way there. I'm just gonna cut the crease with some concealer. This is different for everybody, and I'm still working at it. I'm still practicing. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not great at it, I would not say, but I'm still practicing. I'm just gonna take that CoverGirl concealer and just gonna apply it to the lid. And then if I got any concealer on my crease shade, I'll go in with like a very kind of small pencil brush. This is a BH Cosmetics brush. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit of credit and then just apply it like right on the top of that concealer. You can just use whichever eyeshadow brush you have or shadow brush that you have just to pack on the color. And I'm gonna take Sponsored, really get it in that color, and then just sweep it onto the eye. This color is so pretty. Like, it just, the initial application on the eye is just so gorgeous. So pigmented that you don't even need a whole lot. Like, as soon as you put it on your eye, it's just, it picks up right away. Like, really nice. So I'm gonna go back into edges now just to help blend out the outer area. Pretty much it for the eye look. I love this. I love this shimmer shade. Like, yes, Jackie, like, this is what I needed. Apply a little bit of liquid eyeliner and some lashes off camera, and then we'll move on to the rest of the face. Okay, so I've applied my lashes, and I just want to mention these real quick, but these are the EyeLure Accents lashes, and that's what I'm wearing today. They're pretty much like a demi wispy, and you just put them on the very outer corner of your lash, and I think they look really natural, but you can see that there's a little bit of flare. So I actually really like these lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and finally dust away the powder that is on my face. I'm gonna lightly bronze with my CoverGirl bronzer. I'm debating on if I want to do my lower lash line. I normally don't do a lot of shadow on my lower lash line, but because I really want to see how everything looks together and just make it a complete full eye look, I think I'm gonna apply some shadows on my lower lash line. So I'm gonna start off with edges. And then I'm going to go in with credit on the very outer half of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to finish off by applying a little bit of Sponsored right in the middle of my lower lash line. I'm going to go in with a little bit of my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. And then for lips, I'm going to just pair my Tartiest Glossy Lip Paint in the shade Snap with my Fenty gloss. I want a little bit of pink to my lips. So just going in with my Gloss Bomb and Fenty Glow. You guys know that I prefer gloss over a liquid lip any day. Okay guys, this is the finished makeup look. I of course stuck with the nude lip because you guys know that I'm not a fan of colorful lips, but it's all good. Just going over everything that I have on my face today. I don't know how to feel about the primer, honestly. It is keeping me matte. I don't know if it's this, the foundation, the powder. I don't know. I did a full face of makeup today, so I'm not exactly sure if the primer is actually working, not working. I'm not exactly sure. I have to try it with maybe one of my not so matte full face looks, and then I'll be able to let you guys know. As far as the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation, I actually really like this foundation. I just think that you will probably have to build it, but I feel like I really do like the finish of it. I'm always here for a matte foundation. Like, I love matte foundations, so this is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be using on a daily basis because it is summer, and while I do like having radiant dewy skin, I also like just maybe one day a week just going for a really nice matte foundation, or just knowing that I have it in my collection. So I love the packaging on this as well because it's just very different, and a lot of the new foundations that I've tried out recently, you know, they're just kind of like the standard go-to packaging, and this one's just like really different and just unique in its own right. So love this packaging. I definitely give that a thumbs up for packaging. As far as the color goes, love the color. Not really sold on the coverage, but it is a buildable medium coverage. So for me, I like to be able to just apply one layer and I'm done. Like, I don't like to have to like go back in with a little bit more pumps in another area. That's just not for me. But everything else, I love this foundation, and if I had to rate it, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. For the concealer, I would say it actually really impressed me. I'm not noticing any really cakiness or any creasing or anything of that nature. The only thing is I would definitely get a shade up for my particular skin tone. I don't think this was exactly 2 shades lighter than me. I actually really like it better than the foundations. I've tried 2 of their most newest foundations and I was not really impressed. So I'm actually really happy that this is better than that, and I can say that like I have a CoverGirl product that I really like other than the bronzer. For my Fenty powder, I love the powder. I think it looks really good on my skin. I think the color is really good. It blended out really easily, and as you guys notice, I left this powder on for a good 20 to 25 minutes during this whole eye look. Of course, to you all it doesn't look like it took that long, but it does with behind the scenes stuff and everything going on. I usually do not let my setting powder stay on that long because I just don't like the way it makes my face look. I feel like it ends up being a little too drying, and sometimes it ends up looking patchy, but I was able to really just blend this away very easily, and I don't have any patchiness, I don't have any drying. Everything looks great, so I love this powder. So on to the Jackie Aina palette. As you guys already know, like, I love this palette. Like, my eyes look amazing. I was able to easily put these shadows on and blend out like super easy. They are really, really, really pigmented. Like, all of these shadows are gorgeous, and I cannot wait to create some other looks using this palette. I love Zam. This, it's not even showing up on camera really well, but this shade is everything, and I know I'm going to use this. I love Wiggly's, Dwalas. Like, I love these, and I love the fact that she was able to create such an amazing palette with Anastasia. Love this palette, love the collaboration, and I love Jackie, so congratulations to Jackie for an amazing palette. And yeah, I definitely recommend it if you're thinking about getting it. I think that was everything for today. I love my entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed me testing out this full face of new makeup. I've been buying makeup like crazy, so I've been trying to put the videos out as soon as I get the makeup, but sometimes it doesn't always go like that. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss when I upload. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.